multiverse of Dungeons and Dragons, there are realms of fire, ice, and chaos. And then there is a place that is none of those things. A place that exists between existence itself. Hi, friends. Betty Rage here, and you're watching Lashes and Lore, the show where I spill the tea on nerdy lore while I put my makeup on. To be completely honest, I'm not really great at either one of these things, but here we are, so let's get into it. Welcome to the Astral Plane. That's where we're going today, also known as the Great Cosmic Waiting Room, where gods slumber, souls drift aimlessly, and time itself just kind of gives up. Honestly, sounds like a great place. Now, imagine space, but instead of stars and planets, you have floating ruins of forgotten worlds, the bodies of dead gods, and the occasional Mind Flayer spaceship just cruising through. Sounds fun, right? Well, strap in, because this is where things get weird. The astral plane is just another plane of existence. It's the space between planes. It's where souls travel after death, where gods go when they're forgotten, and where time just doesn't care. No gravity, no up, no down. You just float endlessly. Time is absolutely meaningless, but you don't age. You don't get hungry, and you don't get tired. I mean, where do we sign up, right? It's a shortcut between worlds. And if you know where to look, you can literally travel anywhere in the multiverse of Dungeons and Dragons. But that also means that if you get stuck here, you will just float forever, unless someone finds you, which, well, let's be honest, that's kind of scary. Nightmare fuel? Maybe. Okay, so let's say you're not dead, which if you're sitting at home watching this, you probably aren't. So you're not dead, and you're just visiting the astral plane. How do you make sure you get back? What's your insurance policy? The answer? The silver cord. If you enter the astral plane while still alive via spells like astral projection, you'll be tethered to your physical body by a silver cord. If this cord stays intact, you can find your way home. If someone or something cuts it, well, then I hope you like floating in an eternal limbo, because you're never going back. And yes, there are creatures in the astral plane that love cutting cords, because, you know, nothing in D&D could ever just be chill. The astral plane did not just pop out of thin air. It has some serious historical roots. Of course, there are real-world influences like Hinduism and Buddhism, Western esotericism, Greek and Platonic philosophy, and theosophy. The idea of an astral body connected to the physical world by a silver cord comes straight from theosophical teaching. Basically, ancient philosophers describe it as a realm where your mind can travel while your body stays behind. So astral projection is basically the metaphysical version of no makeup. You know what I'm talking about. In regards to D&D history, the first appearance of the astral plane appeared in the 1977 Player's Handbook by none other than, you guessed it, Gary Gygax. Then again in Manual of the Planes in 1987, the first detailed exploration of the astral plane as a realm between the worlds. The Planescape campaign setting in 1994 is where we are introduced to the Githyanki, the idea of dead gods drifting in the void, and astral travel. In the 4th edition of Dungeons & Dragons, the astral plane became more navigable and expanded into the astral sea, a realm where gods and entire kingdoms existed. Then 5th edition established that the astral plane is a place where time stops, gods slumber, and souls drift endlessly. So basically, Gary Gygax took some ancient philosophies, added space pirates, and called it a day. And we thank you for it, Gary. So let's talk more about the silver cord. As I said before, that is the lifeline to leave the astral plane. If you enter the astral plane while you're still alive, you'll have a silver cord that connects your mind to your body, like some kind of cosmic umbilical cord. You're welcome for that imagery. If the cord stays intact, you can follow it back to your body. If someone cuts it, well, that's basically like the D&D version of losing your favorite lipstick. You're not getting it back. You know, that MAC shade that they don't even make anymore, that you've been using for only special occasions, and then you just happen to not close your purse all the way that one time. Yeah, it's gone. Anyway, creatures like Mind Flayers and Astral Dreadnoughts know this about that silver cord. And they are not above cutting that cord for fun. And again, time is meaningless. You don't age, you don't starve, you don't get tired. So if you want to move around quickly, mind over matter. And you better think positively. Like me, every time I go to do my eyeliner, don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. Mind over matter, baby. And you really can't talk about the astral plane without mentioning astral elves. Because, you know, apparently regular elves aren't ethereal enough. Now we have space elves as well. Astral elves are ancient elves who adapted to life in the astral plane. They don't age naturally, which makes them even more insufferable because now they've basically mastered cosmic level skincare. Their skin glows with starlight, and their magic is tied to the astral plane itself. They worship gods who abandon the material plane, which honestly kind of feels very on brand for elves. So if you imagine an elf with the most chill energy ever and has the looks of someone who had an eternity to perfect their winged eyeliner, that's the astral elf. Fun fact, I've played more elves than anything else in D&D. I have a little bit of an obsession. They're beautiful, immortal, and a little smug. If I had access to astral level magic, I think I'd be glowing too. So the astral plane is a timeless, formless void where gods sleep, souls drift, monsters hunt. It is part shortcut, part death trap, and part cosmic mystery. And we can't talk about the astral plane and do makeup without adding a little glitter. Because I'm not an astral elf, and I don't just naturally glow. So here's our final look. We are ready for the astral plane. But what happens when you step into a place where trickery and illusion and chaos are the rule? Next time on Lashes and Lore, we'll explore the world of the Feywild, a realm where nothing is ever what it seems, and getting lost might mean losing yourself forever. Cue Eminem track. Just kidding. I'm Betty Rage, your favorite nerdy goth mom, and this is Lashes and Lore. Take care of each other, make good choices, and as always, free mom hugs from me to you. Bye. I'll see you in the astral plane.